Hi everyone, it's Dennis Clear. I'm going to give you a quick tour around the new VocFit 2.0. So when you come to your website, you're going to see something that probably looks like this. Um, this is usually the first screen you'll see. So we have sites and we have our jobs. Sites, so here there's one program site within the organization, new site Albuquerque. And so when we go to our jobs, and we click on that, this is how we add new jobs to our organization. So it comes complete with over 200 jobs, but we want you to add your local jobs and internships that you have access to for job development or within your project search program. So I'll just show you how to do that. We're going to add a name of a job. I've been really fixated on my dogs lately. So we're going to go with dog um, attendant at PetSmart. And so you can put job, internship, or volunteer activity. So this is going to be a job that we're interested in. So mynextmove.org is the link that we use for learning about jobs. It's a really cool website. It's related to the U.S. Department of Labor. It has a Spanish version available if you want Spanish. You can also use Google Translate or whatever your favorite translation is to look at other languages within this. So I'm going to just say dog wash technician. Is that what I said? And look up animal caretaker is probably about as close as we're going to get. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to have a quick video.
From animal shelters to zoos, animal care and service workers look after a wide variety of pets and other non farm animals.
So there you go. So that's going to give us a little bit of information about that. So it's helpful for discovery. Has kind of some big words there. So there's going to actually be a lot of jobs that are going to feed into these videos and into these specific SOC code, which is Standard Occupational Classification. It's U.S. Department of Labor website. If you're outside of the U.S., this does connect to, they're all fairly similar based on the International Occupational Classification System. So we're all kind of one big happy family. Country by country does things slightly different, but the SOC codes are going to be fairly similar. So you're going to have knowledge, skills, and abilities that are required. What technology do you need? What are some good personality skills? What types of training do you need to do that? So you can look and see what are those possibilities. The job outlook for this is very good. Average salary is about $31,200 a year. But you can also look at local jobs within your state or your state, because this only pulls in at this point jobs within the United States. So I'm going to look for jobs within the 43214 zip code. I'm going to pull that up, and then it'll show you jobs that are they're looking for help within that general region. And again, that links to U.S. Department of Labor website for employment. But what we are asking you to do is to cut and paste the job from mynextmove.org. So you can see here at the top, it ends in 39-2021.00. And so that is the mynextmove URL. I'm going to put that there. And that is actually required for you to do that. So we're going to tag it agricultural, forestry, fishing, and hunting. We're adding some new tags. So at some point, there'll be something there that says animal. You'll be able to do that. You can decide who gets access to it. We're going to make it available to the entire organization, and we're going to say that that is at PetSmart. So that's useful for you if you have, if you're doing internships and you can put your employer there. It's an easy way for you to look and see what that job is. So dog attendant at PetSmart. If you want to assess that job, we're going to go to add job demands. So you can do it two ways. You can either go through and fill it out yourself. One big change is that we have mark all as, and so it'll mark them all as high, and then you can go through and change them as well. So we think that's going to speed things up a little bit. And then you're going to go to the next one, next one, next one, and then fill that out. Also, the key is here, so high, some, and low is defined. And you can also, though, if you want to create a guest assessment link, so you can copy and paste that and put that into an email and send it to someone. So maybe you know somebody at PetSmart and they can help you fill that out. So that is how we add new jobs. So our jobs is there. This is sites. So for sites, if you need to add a staff member to your site, you're going to go to Manage User Permissions, and then we're going to invite a user to this site. So say, for example, I want to invite Cynthia Burns at cchmc.org. We're going to put her in the main site, and we're going to make her an administrator and not limit her. And then Cindy then will get an email asking her to join this site. So this is how we add staff members to your organization. And this is required. It used to be someone could go in and create their own or ask to join a specific organization. We found that to be confusing for people. So for now, administrators within the organizations are the ones that add people to that organization. Our general recommendation is you make everybody an administrator. The only difference between someone that is and is not an administrator is they can add new people to that organization. Okay, so our jobs, manage user permissions is how we add people. You can add new sites if you want to, but that's VocFit 2.0. It's beyond what we're doing today. So now I'm going to go to the main site. So when we look at, we are now using the term seekers or job seekers instead of students, interns, workers. Fewer words. We all like fewer words. If we want to add a new job seeker, we're going to just click on add a new job seeker. We can't use more than 3 letters in a row. So we are going to say BRD 2025. So initials and then graduation year. We're still asking for their diagnosis. We did add Down syndrome this year as a potential, and then secondary diagnosis if you'd like. Don't go fishing. So if it's not on their IEP or on that data, just come as close as you can to do that. We can put them in a cohort, then birth year, race, gender, female, are they employed? So this, are they employed currently? Yes, no. You can also say if they're in a segregated part, if they're in internships. So if it's project search, they're currently in internships. Are they seeking employment? Yes. Are their desired employment setting would be with animals. And now we've created that assessment. So, created that individual. When we see the overview, there's nothing that you can do because we need to put an assessment in for the individual. So we're going to create a new assessment. And again, we're going to fill that out, assessing the individual, high, some, or low ability, independent with support, dependent or unsure. Same thing. If you hit high, it'll put everybody high, and you can go and change it if you'd like. Go to the next one and fill that out. So we'll put some, but again, you're going to fill that out. So our recommendation is the first couple times during the course of the year that the instructors and skills trainers sit down and assess a couple people together, and then you just kind of establish high, some, and low for your individual or for your setting. So we're going to go back to BRD's homepage. We can also manage guest assessment. So we can create a link, and maybe we want Bobby's referring teacher to fill this out. So we're going to create that assessment. We're going to copy the link, and then you're going to put that into an email and send it to the referring teacher, and then they can fill that out. You're going to need a little bit of explanation in terms of a high, some, and low ability to be able to send that to them so they can fill that out. So that's how we enter data for our individuals. So I'm going to go back to So BRD, we can't really look at any of those reports because we haven't entered much data yet. So I'm going to just go and show you one that we have some data for. So we are going to start by just looking at one individual, and we're going to look at an assessment that was completed on August 15th, 2024. And again, we can see the job goal, right? Currently, they have a job goal as a garden center cashier. So I'm going to remove that job goal, and we're going to unheart these, and I'm just going to show you in how we add these this information to look at how we create the job matching reports now. So I'm going to jobs. So this is how well suited they are for the jobs that they're in there. If we're interested in just volunteer activities, so we can go ahead and hit that to look at those. If we are looking at any, you hit that, and then you have access to all different types. So if we want to look specifically at a name, so if we want to look at animal and see what comes up for animal, so we have an animal support worker or a volunteer at the animal shelter. So I'm going to heart that, and then I'm going to clear that out. So we're also going to filter by tags. So these we're looking to add a few more tags to them. So we can look and see within this veterinary tech, indoor landscaping. So we're going to say gardener, volunteer dog walker, Christmas tree trimmer, kennel attendant. We're going to make that this person's job goal. So to make a job goal, you go ahead and flag it instead of hearting it. So you can see I've done probably 5 or 6 of these. And again, if you want to remove that, it'll go back and show you all of the different jobs that are there. So if you want to look at medical records and medical assistant, let's heart those. And maybe health. So home health aide, healthcare assistant, we'll stock supply. Okay. So what I've done now is I've hearted a bunch, and I've went ahead and flagged one. So I'm going to go back to overview, and we're going to see what this does is it automatically has your first assessment and your last assessment. This is contrived data, unfortunately, because he got worse across the board. But you can see percentage-wise, unfortunately, again, they got worse across the board with all of those things. Ability scale by subscale. So you click on that and look and see where they're at. And then again, the job matching report, you can look and see yellow, oranges, and reds. If you're interested in looking what that looks like, so I'm going to click on the August 15th report. I'm going to click on that again, and it's going to show you pros, strengths, areas of intervention, needs, and cons. You can click on that, and it'll show you what those are. So that's how you do that. So you can eventually export this data into Excel spreadsheet or print it. That's coming soon to a theater near you. Should be available actually by October 1st or so. You can also create a sharing link so you can send this to anyone else that's not in that organization. So that's VocFit for now. We do have some improvements that are coming up, and we look forward to sharing those with you very soon.